everybody, this is Richard from North Texas Ball Cards, and we're looking at the March RetroWaxBox from Slater Sports Cards. Let's crack it open and see what's inside. Oh, I see another one of our favorites, 89 Flair. And a whole bunch of exciting ones. Okay, give me just a second. Let me get close up the other box I was working on. Okay, let's see what we got. Our itinerary says we're going to see 83 Donruss, 86 Topps, 87 Donruss, 87 Fleer, 87 Topps, 87 Topps Rack Pack, 89 Donruss, 89 Fleer. We never go wrong with that one. Says we can look forward to the King Griffey rookie card, Randy Johnson, Greg Biggio rookie cards, the Billy Ripken errors, and okay, and additional packs unopened from 82 to 94, giving us a total of 25, up to 25 packs. So let's see what we've got. Studio 92, Topps Big, 89 Topps, 88 Topps, 92 Donruss, 94 Fleer Ultra, 90 Upper Deck, 88 Donruss, 91 Score, and these are 90 Donruss. That's part of it. Okay, let's see what else we got. Some 91 Donruss, if I'm not mistaken, 90 Fleer, 91 Fleer, 89 Score. Ooh, 91 Topps. This would be too much to hope for if this was the Desert Shield pack. Some of Desert Shield cards. I still love to hold some of those. And a hanger pack of what, 88? No, 89. Yeah, 89 Topps hanger pack. Can't go wrong with those either. And Donruss 89, our favorite, 89 Fleer, 87 Fleer, 83 Donruss, I haven't seen those in a while, 86 Topps, 87 Donruss, and these are, what year are these? These are Topps. This is 87 Topps. Excellent. Cool, we got two good hanger packs, and we got a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, we already know what's going to be last, so we're going to put them to the side, and we'll get right into the action with 90 Upper Deck. Ken Herbeck is getting us going. Dave Valley, Roberto Alomar, Ken Oberkfell, Bruce Ruffin, Edgar Martinez, Bill Spears, Gary Templeton, and our sticker, if I can turn it around the right direction, St. Louis Cardinals. Kevin Apier, Mitch Williams, Floyd Bannister, Jack Dougherty. That's going to be the Rangers checklist, and Julio Franco on the front. Roger Clemens, and a Red Sox checklist, and Manny Lee. All right, how about some Fleer Ultra? Ooh, a brick of 94 Fleer Ultra. Tim Raines, Jonathan Hurst, Mike Piazza, the hitting machine. Hal Morris. Brent Wayne. Yep, Brent Wayne. Scott Brow. Terry Steinbach. Rod Henderson. David Wells, excuse me. Greg Maddux. There's a good one to hang on to. Chan-Ho Park. Rafi Palmeiro. Manny Ramirez. And Chris Hammond. Let's find our foil pack. Put these away so we don't lose anything. And Donruss, 87. Puzzle piece. Cha-ching. Darrell Evans, Andy Hawkins, Ray Soff, Tim Stoddard, Bob Ojeda, Darnell Coles, Carmen Castillo, Kent DeCovey, Rance Mullenix, Terry Pendleton, Jim Gantner, Ron Hassey, Brian Clutterbuck, boy, I could mispronounce that in all kinds of ways, and Mike Young. Not too many familiar names there, but there are a couple I remember from my Ute. How about, let's go after one of these big ones, a fat pack, 91 Topps. There's our puzzle piece, or not our puzzle piece, our propaganda piece. Nice and fresh pack, pack fresh. Jody Reed, Matt Sinatro, Tom Trebelhorn, I couldn't think of his name there a second. Bill Landrum, Dave Parker, Gary Pettis. We'll keep that one for the Rangers pile. We'll put him to the side. Don Paul, Glenn Davis, Greg Harris, Ron Hesse, John Farrell, Steve Bedrosian, Rick Mahler, Efren Valdez, Dwight Doc Gooden, Joe Torre, manager of the Cardinals at the time, Jeff Russell, another Rangers card to put away, Hall of Famer John Smoltz, Jack Morris, Doug Jones, Dave Martinez, Mike Morgan, Jose Rijo, Bill Picata, Jeff Parrott, Steve Avery, Ozzie Guillen, back in his playing days, Luis Salazar, Kevin Wykander, Kevin Romine, Paul Merrick, Ken Oberkfell, and All-Star Barry Larkin. Well, and these weren't the Desert Shield cards. I'd still like to get hold of some of those one day. I can get them off eBay, I'm sure, but I'd pay a hefty price for them. And I'm not going to do that because I'm a cheap bastard. Okay, moving on to 92 Donruss. Puzzle piece. Bobby Witt. His son now plays for the Royals as well. Well, he's for the Rangers here, but his son plays for the Royals. I saw him yesterday in a spring training game. Greg Olson, Tim Raines, Kevin Elster, Pudge Rodriguez, Kirk McGaskill, Rick Cerrone, Scott Ruskin, Mike Timlin, B.J. Surhoff, Russ Swan, Dave Gallagher, Greg Jeffries, the Rocket Man, or that's Rocket Man, is Roger Clements, Kenny Rogers, the gambler, Les Lancaster, and Scott Bales finishes the pack. What to do now? Which pack is next? How about some 86 tops? And there's our gum. Nasty as it is. Got a little wax residue there. Propaganda piece. Glenn Wilson with the Phillies. There's Tim Raines. I can read upside down. Tim Raines, Randy Hunt, Kevin Gross, Bruce Hooton, Ken Daly, Garth Iorg, Johnny LeMaster, Jerry Reed, not the singer, Jim Beatty, Bert Blyleven, Expos Leaders, Kirk McGaskill, I can still read upside down, Mark Davis, and Tom Niedenboyer. Not a single Ranger among them. I would have liked to have had some. I don't think I've got very many Rangers, 86 Rangers, but I might have some. 89 Scores up next. Julio Franco, Mel Hall, Johnny Ray, Claudel Washington, Trivia Card, Scott Geraltz, Jay Tibbs, Rich Dotson, John Moses, Brian Smith, Wes Gardner, Carmen Castillo, Tom Pagnozzi, Tommy John, hope his surgery went well, Don Slott, Odell Jones, and Dave Stapleton. Hope everybody's having a good week. As I've said before, I'm currently on spring break, so I'm laying around the house. I figured I'd go ahead and get these three videos now, done. How about we try some 83 Donruss? This is an old favorite of mine from back when I was a wee lad. 81 was more of the puzzle piece, was more of the ones that I liked, but 83 was okay. Tony Perez, Doyle Alexander, Von Hayes, Fred Stanley, Dan Quisenberry, Carlos Diaz, Terry Bulling, Bill Buckner, Mickey Klutz, Willie Aikens, Toby Harrah, formerly of the Rangers, Ron Say, Rick Cerrone, Mike Hargrove, also formerly of the Rangers, and Jeff Burrows, also formerly of the Rangers. Okay, what next? So many packs, so little time. How about, let's go with 88 Topps. And gum. Propaganda piece. We'll put the gum on the bottom. Bobby Bonilla. Nolan Ryan missing a leg. Mario Soto. Dave Clark. The Rocket Man, Roger Clemens. Shane Mack. Bill Traber. Lloyd Mosby. There's Dan Quisenberry again. Andre Thomas. Carlton Fisk. Rob Murphy. Jeff Reardon. Ozzie Smith, and a horribly miscut Willie Wilson. Wow. And again, no Rangers. All right. What to next? How about 91 Fleer? And our sticker, the Cubs. More mustard yellow, yay. Mike Pagliarulo, Bob Ojeda, Mike Jackson, Bill Long, Michael Lacoste, Danny Jackson, Daryl Ackerfeld, Xavier Hernandez, Dale, David Segui, Al Newman, Bill Landrum, one of the greatest players of all time, Eddie Murray, and Greg Myers. Eddie Murray never looks happy in any of his cards. He always looks like he's very upset with somebody. How about, let's see, who was that? That was Fleers. Okay, I was about to say, let's do some Fleers, but wow. 89 Topps. Gum. Wax stain on that one. Propaganda piece. Melito Perez, Mark Langston, Bob Brenly, Ron Hassey, Mike Stanley with the Rangers. We'll put him away. There's Gary Pettis, Will Clark, Gene Walter, Jose Oquendo, Ed Vandenberg, we'll put him aside. Mets leaders, Greg Harris, Bo Jackson, that would be a good one to hang on to. Tom Candiotti, and Oral Hershiser. Okay, where's my pack? There's our wrapping paper. Alrighty, let's survey my landscape. How about 87 Fleer? I have to do one of those big hanger packs next. Just realized I got 2 hanger packs. Huh. 2 tops hanger packs, as a matter of fact. A's and Astros. Nobody cares. Milt Thompson. Dan Quisenberry. Sid Fernandez. Clint Hurdle. There's Dale again. He's with the Rangers this time. The Big Cat. Andres Galarraga. Ernie Camacho. Floyd Humans. Vernon Rule. Cliff Johnson, Greg Brock, Jesse Barfield, the late great Fernando Valenzuela, Jim Pankovitz, Darryl Strawberry, looks like somebody gnawed on that one, Larry Anderson, and Hall of Famer Don Sutton. Put these Rangers over here with their brothers so they all stay together. By the time you're watching this, all 3 videos hopefully will be uploaded, because I've already put up January and February. They are live right now. Sorry, got to stretch my leg out some. How about some 90 Fleer? Baseball quiz, not interested. Kurt Wilkerson, Chuck Finley, Tony Fernandez, Felix Jose, Kurt Ford, John Cerruti, Jose Lind, Gene Larkin, Mickey Tettleton, the All-Fleer All-Star Team, Mike Stanton, Gary Redis, Jay Booner, Todd Worrell, Rocket Man, Roger Clemens again, and Scott Fletcher. Oh, let's do a hanger pack. 89, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 89. Pack number 1. Pack number 2. And pack number 3. And I'm making a mess in here. All right, let's move the packs off to the side. Billy Ripken, not one we need. Mike Aldrete, Eric Show, Hubie Brooks, Kevin McReynolds, Charlie Librant, Terry Clark, Mike Stanley. We'll put him away. I think we already put him away. Yeah, we already put him away. We don't need to put another one of him away. Gary Pettis, Mitch Williams with the Rangers. We'll put him with the Rangers. Calvin Schiraldi, Jeff Parrott, Andy Allenson, Eddie Whitson, and Ivan Calderon. And pack number 2 of the hanger pack, Jerry Don Gleaton, Terry Kennedy, Goose Gossage, Rocket Man, Wally Joyner, Wallace Johnson, Steve Peters, Rick Sutcliffe, Jose Oquendo, Fred Lynn, Hall of Famer Andre Dawson, Paul O'Neill, another Bo Jackson, and Paul Molitor. And the last of the pack, Whitey Herzog, John Candelaria, Roberto Kelly, Cardinals leaders, Tom Bernansky, Gary Sheffield, great card there, Ken Oberkfell, Dwayne Buse, we'll go with that, Phillies leaders, Kelly Downs, Gary Varsho, wonder if that's Dalton Varsho's dad, Eric Plunk, Jose Canseco, Mookie Wilson, and Mark Parent. It's quite possible. I don't know. So if you know, leave it in the comments. How about some, what year? Donruss? 89 Donruss. Puzzle piece. Glenn Hubbard, Luis De Los Santos, Bud Black, Jeff Hamilton. Looks like he's, what the hell are you looking at? Hal Morris, Tom Bolton, Mark Clear, Daryl Evans, Wally Joyner, Luis Rivera, Bill Long, Willie Frazier, Tim Jones, Craig Biggio, and Darren Dalton. Oh, man. Sucks getting old, y'all. It sucks getting old. Let's see, what do we got from the stack here? Trying to kind of spread the love around. Let's go with some more Donruss. How about 88 Donruss? Puzzle piece. Steve Lyons, Terry Poole, Al Leiter, Jeff Russell, Chuck Finley, Rob McClure, Greg Ketterett, Lonnie Smith, Tommy Henzo, Jeff Hamilton, Steve Trout, Mike's dad, Pat Sheridan, Al Nipper, Dave Stapleton, and Jeff Ballard. Let's see what to do now. How about, we'll take a break from the Donruss for now, and let's do a 91 score. Ricky Jordan's going to start us off. Dave Steve, Tim Raines, John Farrell, another Rocket Man, Roger Clemens, Bobby Thigpen, Ramon Martinez, Carlton Fisk, Gerald Perry, Don Oss, be sure I'm pronouncing that right, Gary Wayne, Nelson Liriano, World Series Trivia, Gary Milkey, Brooke Jacoby, Rick Aguilera, and Mark Carrion. Oh, man. How about some Studio? 1992 Studio by Leaf. And they look like they're not bricked at all. Pete Harnish, Ramon Martinez, Tony Phillips, Wally Joyner, Kent Herbeck, Mariano Duncan, Kevin Moss, Gary Varsho, again, Dennis Martinez, BJ Surhoff, Hojo Howard Johnson, and Shane Mack. Kind of interesting looking cards. Okay, we're down to 2 packs of Donruss, a hanger pack of Topps, and a Topps Big. So let's do the Topps Big. 7 cards. Ooh. Oh. Propaganda piece. Kevin Bass, Jeff Musselman, Terry Pendleton, Daryl Evans, Iron Man Cal Ripken, Hubie Brooks, and Dwight Evans. Sorry, knocked over my water. Knocked over my water. Okay, Topps Big. Okay, Donruss, 90. 90 Donruss. Puzzle piece. Kevin Elster, Robin Yount, Robbie Thompson, Jeff Robinson, Dave Valley, Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn, another one to keep, Rick Reuschel, Glenn Davis, Jim Abbott, Diamond Kings Pete O'Brien, Paul Molitor, Iron Man Cal Ripken, Alan Trammell, Mike Marshall, Steve Sachs, and Joel Skinner. Wouldn't mind getting another one of those Tom Glavine, John Smoltz errors, but I've got a couple, so. Okay. Let's go after the 87 Topps. Yep, let's see if we can get everything unwrapped. Make a huge mess on the floor. Okay, part 1. Urbano Lugo, John Steffero, Dave Von Olen, Juan Bonilla, Frank White, Roy Lee Jackson, Steve Ontiveros. There's Dale again. He's a Ranger, so we'll put him aside. Rich Dodson, Bill Buckner, Toby Harrah, he's a Ranger. Ozzie Smith, not a Ranger. Jerry Reed, Frank Pastor, Giants Leaders, Barry Bonds rookie card, we'll put that aside, and Steve Sachs. Put these over here in my growing Rangers pile. Bob Kipper, Chico Walker, Jerry Narron, Bob Melvin, Joe Price, A's Leaders, Dave Bergman, Roger Mason, Dwight Evans, Jaime Kokenauer, I guess, Cardinals Leaders, Tom Browning, Chris Coderoli, okay, I guess, Joel Youngblood, Calvin Schiraldi, and Don Schultz. And Mike Schmidt, Hall of Famer, John Grubb, Gary Pettis, Tony Phillips, Herm Willingham, Matt Young, John Tudor, Dan Billardello, Steve Jeltz, Mario Soto, Terry Pendleton, Tim Loudner, Glenn Davis, Aurelio Lopez, 3 Astros in a row, and Mike Scott, Mike Scioscia, Dave Righetti, and Mel Hall closing out the pack. Put that one in here. Put it in the box. Okay. Donruss, our last pack of Donruss. I think these are 90s. 91. I was wrong. Buzzbees. Greg Harris. Lloyd Mosby. Bob Tewksbury. Cecil Fielder. The big unit, Randy Johnson. Sergio Valdez. Norm Carlton. Robin Yount. Todd Stottlemyre. Luis Salazar. John Kruk. Kevin Mitchell. Kent Merker, and Mike Morgan. Sounds like Marvel wrote, Stan Lee must have named all his characters. All the first and last names start with the same letter. Okay, our last pack of the night. Da-da-da-da! Fleer. 89 Fleer, my favorite. Maybe we'll get all the ones we're looking for. Ranger sticker. Cha-ching. Jerry Reed. Luis Rivera. Harold Reynolds. Jose Uribe, $1 million card. Don Henkel. Ramon Martinez. Pete Stanachek. Kevin Bass. Storm Davis. Marvell Wynn, Don Slott, Kent DeCulvey, Cecil Espy, Charlie Pulio, and Chris Sabo and Bobby Bowe. No Billy Ripken this time. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, all right, we are now caught up. So, in a few weeks, when Slater Sports Cards sends me my next box, I promise not to wait 3 months before I post it. So we will see you guys, hiccup, in the next one. And there's Barry Bonds again. So I will see you guys in the next video. This is Richard from North Texas Ball Cards. Thanks for stopping by and giving me a little bit of your time. We'll see you on the next one.